Well, it's an exciting day. We have just taken delivery of the brand new Honda Crf 300L. We have got a lot of goodies to put on, which we're going to start today, and hopefully I might be able to put the video on and see how we go. So let's have a look at this brand new stock Honda Crf 300L. So as it comes out the factory, it is obviously brand new. We have got standard tyres on, which are, let's have a look, IRC Trials GP. I do have the Michelin trackers to put on, but I might leave those. We've got the stock shock on, obviously stock foot pegs, gear levers, which is a nice bit of kit. Got a digital dash this time, and what are we showing? 2 miles on the clock. So yeah, very nice indeed. We've got a little toolkit there, entered by the key. I need to have a little look in there. So it's no centre stand, obviously, on these type of bikes. Standard gear shift. Let's fire her up and see what she starts like. Let's see what she sounds like. So, fuel pump on. Give it a fire. Obviously make sure she's in neutral. She is. Sounds nice. Right, okay, let's see what we've got to put on. I'm going to leave the indicators for now. If I ever do break one, I might look at changing them to something a little bit more modern. They have been around a long time, these lights, and they do look a bit bulbous. Obviously we're going to get rid of all this. Right, so let's see what we've got to put on. So we'll start with the rubber. So we've got the Michelin trackers to go on front and back. Like I say, I might just leave those on for a week or two while it's still dry. We might leave those for the muddy. Right, so obviously we've got the heavy duty inner tubes to go in with them, so we can run slightly lower pressures, which will be good for if we're getting a sand or things. Tail tidy. Now that is going to tidy up that lower end by quite a considerable amount. We'll have a look what that looks like when we get into it. Obviously you get all the wiring pack that goes with it. It's supposed to be a plug and play from JTech. Adventure Spec, I bought some stuff with there, so they've sent me a couple of stickers. We'll decide whether we put those on or not. Bark busters, now those are a must. They are definitely going on. Frame protectors. The frame protectors cover this bit because your boots, the boots are just going to wear that through straight away. So that's what they are for. We've got a high performance air filter from DNA Air Filters. What else have we got? The mirrors. We've got some ram mount fold, what are these called? Double take mirrors. So yeah, so they're going to go to replace those, so we can fold them out the way when we're putting it in the van, etc. Right, we have got a USB connector so we can charge our mobile phone and anything else. We've got some frame plugs. These cover these holes so it stops all mud and crud getting in them. So that's a good thing to have. What else do we have? Right, we have got probably the most biggest upgrade on the bike will be the K-Tech light spring, the rear shock. That's a game changer for this bike because the standard rear shock is exceptionally soft, really soft. I'm not tall at all, and this thing sinks. I am carrying a bit of beef, mind, but right, let's see what else we've got. So we've got the bash plate. So I've gone for the Storm bash plate. That'll sit underneath there. We'll get that fitted. That's maybe, well, we'll need to get off the lift to fit that. We'll do that a bit later. Now then, the bars. I know from experience that these bars are made of toffee. They bend so easy and they're quite low. So we have got the bar risers from Pro Taper, which will sit on top of here, and we've also got the fat bars, Pro Taper fat bars. These are the Ricky Carmichael ones with the less throwback to them, so that'll have a big difference to them. We've got a, what do you call that? That goes on the foot stand. Bigger plate. Obviously, if you're in soft stuff, it won't sink in. Foot pegs. These are a huge improvement to the standard ones. They actually look like they've made the standard ones slightly wider than the ones on the 250, ever so slightly, but as you can tell, you get a lot more grip with your boots with those. What have we got here? We've got a brake lever, new brake lever to go on. So if we go back to the right hand side, we've just got a standard brake lever. We've got that one with a little bit more grip on it, and obviously it's black and red and looks a little bit nicer. We've got the same on the other side with the gear shift. That'll of course replace that one. It's a little bit longer, which helps getting your boots underneath. New set of grips to go on because I don't know what they're going to be like to get off. Right, so this is the rear rack. Now this is going to be a bit of a game changer. That is going to sit on there. But the benefit of this, of course, we have a fuel cell with it, which means that we will get, from standard, these bikes get approximately 120 mile range if you're not blasting down the main roads. But with that fuel can, I reckon we're going to be getting 170, hopefully. And on top of that, we have got the bag from Lone Rider. So that waterproof bag, that is going to sit nicely on the top of there to carry things like puncher outfits and obviously a drink and a few bits of tools. So I think that is just about everything we've got. So I think we should get into it. Right, I think the first job we're going to do, we're going to get rid of the handlebars. So we'll start by taking the wing mirrors off. There's one. And all held on very tight. And then we'll start by taking the bars off as well. Right, so that's the bars off. So we'll just give that a little clean up where the paint's just rubbed off slightly. A little bit chewy getting the left hand grip off with it being stuck on. The right grip obviously is in its own carrier, so that doesn't affect it. Right, so we'll get the bar clamps on next, so they'll get on there. Right, let's see what they look like. Right, so that's the handlebars on. Now I've just got to fit the Barkbuster handguards, so that's next. Looking good. Right, okay, so that's the bars on. We've got the bark buster handguards on. We've got the van mount mirrors on, so they're obviously fully adjustable. Right, that's coming along. Next we've got a couple of frame bungs, which obviously go in that hole, this hole, and there should be one possibly around the other side. Oh, now then, where is it? Ah, down there. Right, let's get them in. So I think we need a bit of Timmy mallet. So that one's got to be the biggest one. In there, there's a little rubber seal in there. Right, there's my little lock hole in the bottom. So we'll just put that in there. Move it up a little bit. That's so much better. Right, we'll do the other side. That bottom one was a nice tight fit, so that just tidies that up a little bit there. Right, what's next on the list? So we've done the bars, done the frame bungs. How about we tackle the gear shift lever and a foot peg or two? Right, so we've got a gear shift lever to go on. Sorry, yeah, that's a gear shift lever. That one will replace that one. So what do we need there? We need a 10mm.
Messed it all up, and obviously I was thinking of it in advance. Well, listen, Lee, it doesn't matter. I've got you now. Listen, I've got my 4 boys all complete together. Lee, how excited are you to get back out on tour? I can't wait. You know, I think it's
right, I've got a feeling that bolt, that nut, won't come out without taking this cover off. So, what do we need for that? No, that's too big. So we need is it an 8mm? Yep. So we'll get an 8mm on there. And there's one at the bottom. There is one there. Right there, nice and loose. Good thing about working on bikes when they're brand new, they're not covered in crud or rusted bolts. So make sure you've got no spaces. There's a little plate there. Let's see if that comes straight off, or do I need to remove that plate as well? It looks like I need to remove this plate. Yep. Okay, nothing quite straightforward, but nothing too taxing. So hopefully this will just come off, he says. There we go. Okay, just put that there. Nice, that's nicely tucked out the way. My God, that's you wouldn't want to get that caught up, would you? Right, so now this can come off. It's a 10mm, wasn't it? There we go. So probably have to use the same nut, I would think. That should just slide off now. Perfect. Oh no, it comes with its own nut. Right, so I'll just now then, is the nut it came off better than the ones replacing it? Or the same thread? I don't think so. Right, so is that about? I think that maybe a little bit lower than that. That looks about right. I need to get me boot underneath. I can always readjust if I have to. So a quick look at that. Got the next spline up. What do we think? You've got to get the boot underneath. So that's fine. We don't want it catching on there. That's okay. It's nice and easy to do. Piece of cake. Right, so let's get the foot peg on next. So we've took the split pin and the washer off. Now we just got to remove the pin itself, making sure we know which way around the spring goes. We want to keep that the same. So that's gone in quite easily. So then there's a washer and a split pin through there. So we just need to tap it home a little bit more. Perfect. So that's just that little split pin gone through there. Pin. Fantastic. Right, time to put this back on. Right, let's got all that back together. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? A little bit better than the standard foot pegs you get and the standard gear shifter. Right, what else have we got to do this side? Right, we've got a frame guard to go on there. Right, so that looks a bit better. It's going to protect the frame. Right, so the next bit is to replace the foot peg on this side and the brake lever on this side, and also put the frame guard on. Right, let's get cracking with that. Right, that's the frame guard on, peg, rear brake. Right, what's next? Right, let's get this foot peg on. Right, time to change the air filter. This is obviously the standard one that comes with it. And we've got DNA High Performance filter. Right, time to replace the shock. So we've got the K-Tech light shock going in. I've already took the couple of bolts out from the dog bone, and now I've got to undo that bolt underneath there. So let's see how we get on. Da, 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 da.